You know that feeling when you're in an electric car and you just tap the pedal? That incredible immediate push that shoves you back in your seat? Well, today we're going to pull back the curtain on the science behind that feeling. We're talking about instant torque.
I mean, it's something you've probably wondered about, right? You're sitting at a red light, it turns green, and with barely a touch of the accelerator, you're just gone. It's a feeling that's totally different from any gas-powered car. So what is the secret behind that silent, immediate blast of acceleration?
That says it all, doesn't it? That instant zoom. It's not just a feeling, it's a fundamental difference in how these two types of machines are actually designed. So let's break down the mechanics behind all that magic. Okay, so to really get why it's so instant, we first have to talk about what torque even is. Because honestly, torque is the force that truly defines how a car accelerates off the line. Think about it like this. When you open a heavy door, the twisting force you use on the doorknob, that's torque. In a car, torque is that twisting force that gets the wheels spinning. So, it's simple. More torque means a stronger, faster push. It's the car's way of saying, let's get going right now. And this slide just perfectly lays out the difference. The petrol engine is kind of like a runner who needs to get a good running start before they can really push with their full strength. But the electric motor, oh, that's a weightlifter who can use all of their power from a dead stop. And that is the whole idea behind instant torque. All right, now let's pop the hood and look inside these two totally different machines, because how they're built on the inside is the whole reason one is instant and the other, well, the other has a built-in delay. An electric motor is it's beautifully simple. When you press that pedal, you're basically just flipping a switch. The electricity flows, it creates these magnetic fields, and those fields immediately, and I mean immediately, start spinning the motor that turns the wheels. It's direct, it's efficient, and it is crazy fast. The petrol engine, though, it's a whole different story. It's like a tiny, controlled riot of explosions. It has to suck in air, then mix it with fuel, ignite it with a spark, use that explosion to push a piston, which turns a crankshaft, and all of that happens just to get the power to the wheels. All those little steps, no matter how quick, they add up to a delay.
Okay, so we've got it. One is simple, one is complex. But what's the actual science going on here? Why is one of them just fundamentally quicker right from the start?
You know, it really all comes down to magnetism. The second that electricity flows through the motor's coils, they turn into powerful magnets that instantly start pushing and pulling to create rotation. This force isn't something that has to build up over time. It's there at full strength the moment you hit the power. And this just shows that process for the petrol engine perfectly. It's a chain reaction. Suck, mix, ignite, explode, push, turn. Every single step depends on the one that came before it. The engine just can't give you its peak twisting force, its torque, until it's already spinning really fast and this whole cycle is humming along. Here is another amazing way to think about it. A gas-powered car is like a bicycle. When you're at a standstill, that first push on the pedals is never your strongest, right? You build up power as you get the wheels spinning faster. But an electric car, it's like a ceiling fan. You flip the switch and whoosh, it's immediately at its full spinning force. That feeling, that is instant torque.
Okay, so the science is super clear. But what does all of this actually mean for you when you're just driving around town? Why does this techie difference matter so much in the real world?
So this here shows what's called a torque curve for an EV, but you can see it's not much of a curve at all. It's more like a flat line. Right from the very first revolution per minute, heck, even at 0 RPM, you have access to almost all of the motor's power. It is always ready to go.
Now compare that to the gas engine's curve. It looks more like a mountain you have to climb. At 0 RPM, you've got very little torque. You have to rev the engine. You have to climb that mountain to get to the peak power. This is exactly why you hear a gas car's engine roar before it really launches. And this is where it all comes together in city driving, right? You're constantly stopping, starting, stopping, starting. In an EV, every single one of those starts is a perfect instant launch. You just tap the pedal and you jump. But in a gas car, there's always that tiny, but you can feel it, that little hesitation, like the engine has to think for a second before it gets to work. This table really just sums it all up. It's beautiful. Just look at the column for the electric motor. No, no, yes, full, no, fast. It's a system that's all about simplicity and being instant. The petrol engine is the total opposite. A complex dance of combustion that, it's powerful for sure, but it can never be truly instant.
So, look, if you take away just one thing today, let it be this. Electric motors use the basic force of magnetism to get you moving right now. Petrol engines have to create a whole series of tiny explosions just to try and catch up. And that kind of leaves us with a really fascinating thought. We've seen how this one huge difference, instant torque, completely changes how it feels to drive in a city. It makes you wonder, as more and more of our world goes electric, what other little everyday experiences are about to be totally transformed? That's a pretty exciting future to think about. Thanks so much for joining me.